Google, okay, you go to Google, just type Anaconda Navigator, okay. You will need a stable internet to download this. So you go to their website. Anaconda Navigator is a GUI, okay, graphical user interface that's that provides access to several uh, software development platforms. Okay, so you can see Spider here, Jupyter Notebook, Jupyter Lab. So these are all different environments or platforms you use to develop a software or code. Okay, but for this session we are going to be using Spider. Okay, Spider is what I use. It's very good, very scientific, and for people who have used MATLAB before, Spider looks and feels just like MATLAB. Okay, and the uh, the advantage of Anaconda Navigator is that, when you do software development in Python, you do Python coding, you have to install lots and lots of packages. Okay, packages are just pieces of code that do something for you. Okay, Python is a free language, which means it has a really big community of developers. So people just sit and develop stuff. Okay, even you can do it. Even I am developing my own packages now. Okay, so people develop these packages to do complex things, and but they like provide a very simple interface. Okay, so just maybe one or two lines of code, you use it to do lots of stuff. So all the detailed code is hidden somewhere, and you might need to install those to do some of the operations you want. Okay, for example, if you want to use sine, cosine, tangent, you don't just use them like that in Python. Okay, you have to import say a package called maths. Okay, but maths is a default package that comes with Python, but there are other packages. Maybe if you want to do machine learning with TensorFlow, you have to install that package. Okay, so if you're using other languages, installing those packages would require you to use the command line. Okay, and command line is not the most friendly platform for most people. Okay, you have to know a bit of programming, or you must have played with Linux before to some extent to be able to use command line, and it's difficult. Whereas if you're using Anaconda, as you will see later, Anaconda Navigator, you just do this easily by clicking one or two stuff, one or two boxes, and uh, you have your packages installed. So you go to this page and click install Anaconda. Then you choose your operating system. So if you're Windows, you choose Windows. If you're Mac, you choose Mac, and so on. So follow the instructions. Okay, and that is it. So you install it. So let's assume you've installed Anaconda Navigator now. Okay, so let's open Anaconda Navigator and see. Okay, so for me, it's already open here. Okay, so this is the default view of Anaconda Navigator. So when you open it, this is what you see. Okay, what you see here are just the how do I call them? They're just the IDEs or the platforms that are contained in Anaconda. These are the defaults. Okay, and you can see install, which means these are not installed yet, and I don't need them, so that's why they're not installed. And launch, so these have been installed. Okay, so if you want to use Spider, you just click launch and you're fine, and a launch is opens and you start coding. Okay, so if you click this gear button, you can see options. So for now, if you want to remove this, you just click remove, and you remove it. If you want to install a specific version of this IDE, this is where you choose. So let's say I don't want the latest version. I want the maybe the first version, or so you just choose this and it installs it. Okay, let's say like here you're not using the latest update, so you would see update application, so you just click update, so and you update. So that's what you do. Okay, so let's say for example, I'll come to that later. So how do you know that your application requires updating? Okay, so the way you know is from this. So you see that these are black, okay, but this is blue, this is blue. So and you see this arrow, so this tells you that there is a later version available, okay. And if you click this gear, you see update application, so you choose. Okay, so this is how you know that your stuff is not, it's not it's not up to date. Okay, hold on, I think someone is trying to join. Okay, that's fine. So now let's see, let's try to explore this interface. Okay, you can see here, sign into Anaconda Cloud. I don't even do that. So this is if if you want to take advantage of additional resources, maybe user communities, support, then you can sign in, but you don't need to worry about that. Now let's go to Anaconda Navigator here. You can see, let's go to preferences. Okay, so you click preferences, this appears. Normally you really don't need to play with anything here, okay, but I'll just draw your attention to one of these. You can see enable offline mode. Okay, so what happens with Anaconda Navigator is that sometimes it's automatically updates stuff or asks you to update stuff. Okay, so if you click up like enable offline mode, then it assumes that you're working completely offline, you don't have internet access, so you don't, it doesn't do that for you again. And what happens is that you this sign into Anaconda Cloud grays out, so and you see working in offline mode. Okay, but I am not working in offline mode, I like working in online mode, so again you're fine. So now let's explore here. Okay, you can see here environment. Okay, what is an environment? Okay, uh that takes me back to primary school, when our teachers used to say, what's an environment? Okay, so but in this case, an environment, let me use an analogy. Okay, say a clear example. So let's say you're developing applications, say you're a software engineer or you're an IT specialist in some organization, and you're working on several projects. Okay, and when you start coding really proper, you'll find that each project would require its own resources. It requires its own different IDEs, its own packages, and some packages interact negatively. Okay, so there are certain packages, if you install them together, you start getting unexpected results. Okay, so what you do in these cases is that you create an environment for every project. Okay, so for example, if I'm doing a machine learning project, I will create an environment for machine learning. Okay, because I know you know you know all the packages that I need for that environment. Okay, for that project. So if I am working on a web application, for example, or a web project, then I'll create another application, I mean another environment, and install only those packages and resources that are required, okay, for that project. So as you can see here, I have two environments. Okay, this environment base root is the default environment. So when you install your Anaconda Navigator, automatically it comes with the base root environment. Okay, and this base or root environment already has packages, the basic packages that you need to develop an application installed. Okay, and if you want to install, if you want to do a specific project, then you go ahead and install additional stuff. Okay, and you can see this one, I created this environment called TensorFlow. Okay, TensorFlow in this case, I use it for machine learning basically. So I install only those packages that are required for machine learning. Okay, so now let's explore this environment. So in, currently the active environment is TensorFlow, as you can see here. So if I want to activate base root environment from this GUI, then I just click on base root, and then it will you can see loading packages. So it loads, it loads all the packages you need for that environment or you have installed. Okay, so now let's explore. So you go to environment. Okay, here you see exactly all your environments are listed. Okay, so at this is the current environment. Okay, and on your right here you can see that these are the applications, the packages, the resources installed in this environment. So you can see, you can actually filter. So if you want to get the names of those packages that are not installed, you just say not installed. If you want to get the names of the packages that are installed, or those packages that are available for updates, you put, or just say all. Okay, now let's say, how do you know that a package is installed? So you see this green tick, it means this is already installed for you. Okay, the empty box means it's not installed, or you can still just choose install, and you can see you have all the green ticks, and you can see here the version. Okay, this is the description and this is the version of that package. Okay, and if you see a blue with an arrow, then it means you need to, that a later version is available. That's just it. Okay, so let's say you want to search. Let's say I want to check if I have got NumPy. NumPy is the package. It's a really popular package. I'm sure when you start coding proper, you will realize that. Okay, so let's say I want to see if NumPy is installed. So you just click NumPy. Okay, so you can see that NumPy is installed here on this environment. So let's say I want TensorFlow. Okay, so you can see that TensorFlow is not installed at all on this environment. Okay, so if I want to install it, maybe I just select all and still search for TensorFlow. So you see there's Tensor. Okay, so I click TensorFlow. So just click and it will install it. Okay, you click apply. I don't want to do it now, but yeah, well, I'm going to do it. Then it will collect all the necessary specifications and information that you need. And sometimes when you install one package, it requires other packages, so we call them dependencies. So this will do it for you at once. It will, so it's now checking for all the dependencies that are required for TensorFlow. To get them, and and then I would apply them and install, but I don't want to do that, so that's fine. So if I want to see what's in this other environment, the same thing, I do the same thing. Okay, so that's that. So now let's say we want to create an environment. Okay, you can see here at the bottom, create, clone, import. Okay, remove. So if you want to remove, you just click on this and then click remove. Okay, so that's fine. So let's say we want to create one environment for ourselves. Okay, for this Python club. So you just create the name of environment. So we own okay, we own Python club. So you see, then you say packages. So what packages do you want to install? So Python is pre-checked here. Okay, and there are several versions of, in fact there's Python 3.8. so you just take the latest version, or 3.7 or so. That's fine. So let's take 3.7 or take 3.8, whichever. Okay, I like 3.7, and you click create. So now it's creating your environment. Okay, this is going to take some time anyway. Hurry up. Hurry up. Okay. This okay, good. Now our environment is here, ready. But you can see that, you know, not not much. So it's only a few libraries. I mean, a few packages and libraries installed. So if we want to install additional packages, we just go ahead and do it. But we're not doing that today. So then learning. Okay, this is really good. So this gives you access to resources online. So if you want Python tutorial, here it is. Just click. This opened here. It's opened on my other PC. So I'll just I'll just show you. Oh, okay, don't worry. That's fine. So you can see. So if you want pandas documentation, numpy document, you see, lots of resources. Okay, so you can actually see documentation, training, videos, webinars. So these are all resources that you can use to learn. So if you want additional stuff on spider, this is actually the documentation, spider documentation. So you click and see, it takes you to spider, and you can see and you can learn stuff here. Okay, so that's really that. So community, again, there are lots of communities, that fora that you can join. You can meet people that are experts in your field, and you see. And here, if you want to learn more about the Anaconda Navigator, documentation, again, it takes you to this, and you can just, you see, cheat sheets. You can download stuff to to help you learn. So you see, so you're here, and it gives you like a general overview of Anaconda. So that is really everything about Anaconda Navigator. Okay, and